Hey YouTube, welcome back to... I'm Ian.
I'm Benji.
And we are back reacting to Stargate SG-1, Season 1, Episode 21, Politics. What's your predictions?
I think this is the second to last episode.
Yep. Penultimate episode.
And we know from the last episode that the Goa'uld are going to attack America at any time. Or just the Earth at any time. So I will believe that it is politics on how we are going to deal with that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because right now we're still separate in how the Earth responds to things. We've only focused on America, but there are other countries in the Earth. So they got to convince other countries, hey, we have information.
Maybe they'll reach out to the other militaries and saying, hey, we got
a real problem.
We got a planetary threat happening here.
I know you've never heard of aliens because we keep everything secret, but
yeah, it's true. I've never thought about how much this program could influence the structure of international systems. So you could create almost a one world government through something like this. I can see happening. Yeah. So I don't know how far we're going to take that within the show. Politics. I am hoping we get to either see the president or whoever the president is in this show, or if it's is it Bill Clinton, or is it is it an actual character made up?
I'm just going to guess they make someone up.
We haven't met him yet, and they've mentioned him a lot.
We do know he died in another dimension.
He is dead, but so is everyone else over there, as far as we know. But yeah, my prediction, there's going to be an attack of some sort this episode, or maybe next episode.
Just like the start of the attack at the end.
Yeah.
And then the next episode is how they deal with it.
Yeah, definitely. Do we think Daniel will get separated from the group at any point?
No, I think they'll stay together this time.
All right. Well, with no further ado, we're going to dive right on in.
I don't think they'll get into one world government because there's just too much of the show left.
Beware the destroyers. That's what the message said.
That's just
These
good
are the
advice.
coordinates the Goa'uld will launch their attack from. It was a warning.
Or so your vision foretells.
No, it wasn't a vision or dream or hallucination. It was real.
Oh, they don't believe you went over?
Well, he had a camera. He should have recorded.
Yeah.
And you were there, and you were there. And
why is this so
As a matter of
why is this so hard to believe for them?
Daniel, it's not that we don't believe you.
But Teal'c was in charge of the ship, so they could be attacking at a different time because Teal'c wasn't in charge of this ship now.
Teal'c was leading the attack on Earth. I wasn't even part of the program. You and Jack were engaged to be married.
Excuse me?
That's the hardest thing they had.
I don't know why they're having any trouble believing any of this.
Even if you did,
They always are flirting with each other.
Alternate reality. Doesn't the very fact that there were differences mean that we won't face the same fate?
Yes, but the
possible.
defining event, the death of Ra, took place in both worlds.
An attack of retribution.
Yes.
Mm.
And the same thing is going to happen here unless we stop it.
That one guy. Who was that other guy that worked with Teal'c? That was Shackle. Maybe Shackle's going to lead the...
I thought he got stabbed.
I thought he was still alive.
Maybe.
I think he did get stabbed, but I think he's still alive.
I thought you might all be here.
Oh, look.
How's our boy?
Captain.
Colonel.
That's
Colonel.
Lieutenant Colonel Samuels, now Captain.
Oh.
Excuse me.
I'm here today, of course, for the hearing.
Hearing?
He's a familiar actor, but I
Senator Kinsey?
can't pin it.
The Stargate program? I thought you were going to testify.
They will.
Oh, cut the crap, Samuels. What's going on? Senator Kinsey has taken a great deal of interest in the program. Thus far, he hasn't liked what he's seen. It could mean the end of the Stargate.
They got 9 teams out. They haven't found anything useful yet.
I look forward to seeing you all there.
Who cares what a senator thinks?
They control funding, buddy.
One senator could shut this thing down?
They convince enough people. It depends on the committee. You have to convince all many people on the committee before it can't get out of committee, and then...
Now, if Doge was after it...
Doge would definitely be after it. Actually, I don't know. Musk would probably enjoy Stargate.
I mean, it just makes sense. Unless they don't believe that it can do what they're saying it can do, there's no reason to shut this down. Because even if they're not bringing home the best stuff, they're still interacting with complete different worlds.
It is very dangerous.
Yeah, okay. That's fair enough.
Quite dangerous.
One of these worlds has oil. That's fact.
Maybe.
How would you transfer that oil? Who knows? Somewhere there's gold and diamond. You know.
Probably.
Senator Kinsey is chairman of the Appropriations Committee.
Not
He's
the
demanded to know
Appropriations
what's behind
Committee.
the line item the Pentagon refers to as Area 52. That
Probably
would
shouldn't
be
have called
Stargate.
it that.
Yeah.
That just happens to cost $7.4 billion a year to operate.
Oh.
The president and the Joint Chiefs thought if
Musk would
Not
take that
crazy.
over the expense himself.
Probably.
He'd probably prefer that.
after reading your mission reports and being fully briefed by Colonel Samuels, the senator decided the SGC will receive no further funding from the Treasury. Costs nearly $1 billion just to turn the lights on around here.
That can't be true.
How
Yeah.
about a bake sale?
You probably got some good
This
artifacts.
is what
you
I
could
look
sell.
like when I'm not laughing, Colonel.
Facts.
It's just, I don't get it. How does one man get that much power?
It's my
The
thoughts
Constitution
exactly.
of these United States. The issue of our worth could be debated openly in the Senate, but not without making the Stargate known to the general public.
So just gonna shut it down? I don't have a problem with
Shut her down.
privatizing it.
Shut her down.
Let's just keep the alternate reality story as
Why is this such an
unreleased
unbelievable
fiction.
story? I don't get it.
Why?
I mean, you think the government would
Ladies and
want to
gentlemen,
keep it
I
open
apologize.
just for what they did last episode as a
certain
retreat
congressman
method?
who will go nameless just does not know how to take no for an answer.
Colonel Jack O'Neill.
Colonel, I've heard a lot about you.
Don't believe a word of it, Senator. I'm actually a nice guy.
It kind of is.
Yeah, relatively. Kind of smart ass
And
sometimes.
this must be the drain through which the money flows.
This guy.
Send him through once and he'll be so
Right.
amazed by it. I don't know how you could instantly go to another world and not be like
It's a big deal.
enthralled. I mean,
Jackson?
Teal'c isn't even human.
Teal'c, with an apostrophe, I understand. Let me
Yeah.
first say that though illness robbed me of the chance ever to serve in this country's military, I have the greatest respect for those who do.
Mm-hmm.
He's a draft dodger.
Mm-hmm.
I am by nature suspicious of all things secretive, be they in the government or inside the military service. I believe that which grows in shadow but withers
So he
in the
doesn't even
light
know
of
what's going
day
on here.
does not belong on the vine. I must admit that I find the very idea of this facility, of this command, offensive. I have found several examples where you have averted tragedy on a global
Alright, well,
scale.
that's kind of a fair argument.
There probably should be more regulation and safeguards.
The President of the United States has asked me to hear you out. So here I am.
Mm-hmm.
You tell this man.
The truth.
Colonel Samuels was entirely nonpartisan.
Okay, now that's impossible. If anything, I voiced my awe and amazement at what the Stargate is.
The Stargate represents a giant step in our understanding of the universe. We have learned more about astrophysics.
I mean, they had that sarcophagus for like a solid 30 minutes. That alone could have justified the whole program.
You're right. Have they kept the Goa'uld threat pretty much not tell the government about the threat at all?
I don't think so. That's from my understanding.
Out of curiosity, despite the warning of her God, who was also her father, she did. And from it sprung all the plagues, pestilence, and evil that exists now in this world.
We are talking about a myth. She closed it in time to keep hope inside.
Then should we not close your gate for the same reason, to keep hope inside?
I'm a military man. I prefer facts. And the fact is, the gate is already open. We made ourselves an enemy by killing Ra. But the threat the ghouls now represent.
Threat?
They just don't believe it's a threat.
The word threat, Colonel O'Neill, has been used far too often by this country's military as a justification.
Maybe they haven't seen the kind of weapons they have.
Do you know how much this program costs?
7-ish.
$7,407,000,000.
Well, that's like an astronomical amount of money for a government program.
Not at this level.
Yeah.
But if you want to talk about maintaining the first line of defense against what I believe is the greatest enemy humanity has ever faced.
Hyperbole. Let us build our billion-dollar machine and we will save America from the barbarians at the gate.
And let me tell you something. This time there really are barbarians. They're called Goa'ulds. And they really are at the gate.
That what? Then I suggest we close it.
Well, there's a second one.
Yeah. And they have ships that can get to us at some point.
Then I think they'll regret taking on the United States
Are you dumb?
military.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, you're right.
They take on the
just
world's
upload
military.
a computer virus into the mothership.
Their level of technology, they can wipe us out from orbit.
I'm not convinced of that.
They speak the truth.
I mean, why wouldn't you be convinced?
Yeah, what do you mean?
This man has made up his mind already.
Sit down, Colonel. When I've made up my mind, you will know it.
He does seem pretty open-minded. He's just trying to get you to justify it.
Yes.
You can't really show him a Goa'uld starship, but
I gave the
yeah,
president
you have the Jaffa
time to
there.
give you a fair hearing, and I intend to do that. He held you and your team up as a shining example of the fine work the SGC is doing.
It's the only work I've seen.
The other teams, we only find them unconscious.
Yeah. Can't just take them through every single mission.
So, being that this is the second to last episode, do you think they're going to start the attack at the end of this?
I'm
Like,
thinking
it's
the
like-
center is going to decide not to fund the program.
And then boom.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
With a team led by Major Charles Kowalski went through the Stargate
Mhm,
on a
mhm.
reconnaissance mission.
I remember that
Excuse me,
episode 3.
4 days before Valentine's Day, they go on a mission?
To repeat, on the 10th of February of this year, you, along with a team led by Major Charles Kowalski, went through the Stargate on a reconnaissance mission to rescue both Dr. Jackson's wife and to determine the Goa'uld threat.
Excuse me.
Everyone
Senator,
says that
I'm
name
sorry.
different.
There should be
Yeah.
an apostrophe after the A before the U. It's pronounced...
Goa'uld.
There you go.
He said it differently this episode.
I'll read from the personal report of Colonel Jack O'Neill, dated the 23rd of February. Skara was chosen. I tried to stop them from taking him away, but was struck by an alien staff weapon. Kill the rest.
I remember this.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, you think this is a clip episode?
Actually, I do now that it's happening.
I'm not a huge fan of clip episodes.
Because they're going to go through every mission with them.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. A lot of shows do that. I never thought about it. It's okay. I probably have forgotten some episodes.
Little reminder before the final battle.
Yeah.
Help me!
Hold your fire.
Just betray everyone you know.
Help me.
But you gotta start somewhere.
I've been at work and I thought, man, I'm really done with this job before. So I get it.
You've never attacked your coworker.
No, but nobody's ever tried to convince me to do it.
I would say they should focus more on collecting technology that would benefit the Earth. They could easily justify it if they've brought back some of the things. Not everything, just some things.
Yeah, I hear you. We got to find a Charest first.
You're right. You're
Just got to
right.
find that girl first.
We met heavy resistance on our return to the Stargate and became pinned down by enemy aircraft.
I have always thought that their aircraft is extremely inefficient. They shoot like 2 bullets and then they do a loop.
Yeah. Thank God our bazookas work.
Yeah.
Their energy
It
weapons.
seems to me that Major Kowalski made light work of what you
Say,
referred
yeah.
to in your report as a death glider.
I don't think you understand how much more powerful their weapons are.
I mean, tell them about
You
the
managed to
kinetic
get away
shield.
with minimal
Yeah.
casualties. Hardly the greatest threat humanity has ever faced.
Good time. What's that?
It's just SG-2 returning on schedule, Senator. There's nothing to worry about.
I think it is something to worry about.
He's right. We don't decontaminate these people. We don't check them to make sure they're clones. There's no scanner that they go through.
You seem to have defeated them handily at every turn.
Even
Did
if
you
they
read
aren't,
all the reports, sir?
there's so much more benefits of having this.
Killed us once.
Oh yeah, with the Nox.
Does he know about the sarcophagus? Like, if they can just get some of the technology.
Yeah, you would
out
think
there.
even if they weren't enemies, you would want to at least some kind of diplomatic relations with this other advanced group of people.
Maybe they're just recapping all of the threat of the Goa'uld.
Maybe.
Because we haven't really been thinking about it too much because they keep going on other exciting adventures.
Yeah.
They want to make the last episode more extreme. We want to know the threat ourselves.
Goa'uld technology can generate energy shields around individuals. They can do the same thing with whole armies.
And
True.
ships.
I would
And
imagine
have you ever
need some
seen
kind
one of
shield
these
and shit.
ships?
Oh,
Yes.
that's not a good argument. Even if you haven't, like, you just haven't seen it, but you've seen the technology. Why wouldn't they use it?
You escaped, Colonel. On foot, I might add.
I agree with you.
We have seen how the Goa'uld have destroyed entire civilizations.
I mean, in that other world, they destroyed the entire Earth.
Mhm.
But can't really argue that one.
I must return.
Think we're gonna see those crystal people again.
So they destroyed everybody. This is just not a good planet to argue with. It's kind of a hard concept to understand.
Yeah.
Then that pit wasn't a ceremonial place at all. It was some kind of mass grave.
Hmm.
I'd call that a threat.
Admittedly, these Goa'uld are a dangerous race.
More dangerous than you could possibly know.
Well,
Shut your mouth, Jaffa.
For the Goa'uld are as powerful as they are evil. The Goa'uld have enslaved a galaxy of worlds.
I don't care about other worlds. I must place the citizens of this country first.
Then you would be wise to heed our warning, Senator Kinsey. Your citizens, as the strongest, most powerful country of this world, will be among the first to die.
Actually, they hit Europe first.
Yeah, that's true.
So don't worry. You feel like it tied another month.
I don't know how you could come to any other conclusions. They're at least a potential threat.
On your return from the Chulak mission, Major Kowalski became infested with a Goa'uld parasite, correct?
Yeah,
correct.
I remember that.
He very nearly destroyed this facility.
They've done that a couple times.
Yeah. Bad things happen once in a while.
He's not going to be welcome in Chulak.
Can you get cut in half?
I think so. I think the back of his head gets chopped off.
Yeah. Watch your fingers though.
Shut it down!
Okay, very close to losing fingers.
We stopped them.
Yes, you did. On that occasion, with the loss of a fine officer, you did. But consider the myriad plagues you could bring back through the Stargate.
It's fair
Isn't enough to
point.
shut it down forever.
Not bad.
To be fair, that's a good argument. The Black Death, like of that country, could knock out like our entire population.
You're right.
Concerning a dangerous disease brought back by SG-1 from another world.
There probably should be an amount of
Well, I'm afraid I
quarantine
have a serious
time.
situation.
Yeah.
It appears we've brought a very contagious disease through the Stargate.
I don't disagree with this.
Yes, sir, that's right.
Oh yeah, that was the Benadryl episode.
Mm-hmm.
We saved an entire race of people. I'd call that a success, sir.
But if you hadn't been able to find a cure so readily, if it had reached the general population.
It's true.
Fair point.
And they did not have any quarantine
You
numbers
very nearly died on
Any
yet another
14,
occasion when infected by...
actions after that.
Nanocytes, sir.
Yeah.
There's been some issues, okay? Well, no, there isn't.
It wouldn't be as interesting without issues.
All we're saying is there is a Goa'uld threat that is quite real.
Think they're going to do a clip episode every season?
That's what I'm wondering. If that's how maybe it'll be the penultimate episode every season. It'll be like a.
I can tell you, most TV shows, when I see clip episodes, I skip them.
Yeah.
I don't even watch them.
It depends.
Yes, they tried to mutate in the lab. But after the incident, the general ordered all samples of the nanosite destroyed.
And what about next time?
Well, there won't be a next time.
There definitely will be a next time, Sam.
In fact, SG-2 just made contact with Kinsey's planet just a few weeks ago. They are living long, productive lives because of us.
Very nice.
I am very proud of what we did there.
I might even retire there.
Huh.
You have no fear of it, do you, Colonel? It's like a game to you.
We know how dangerous it is to do what we do. We also know how important it is.
Colonel O'Neill, you're like reckless children and you're playing with fire.
My people are the best out there, Senator.
I'm sorry, General, but your best is not good enough. I do not
If his
approve
argument
of
is just
nor
to make it
support
more
this
public,
endeavor, and I
I'm
have heard
not against
nothing
that.
here today that would change my mind. I intend to shut the Stargate down.
But if you reveal this to the public, you're going to have to reveal a lot of things. Aliens, wormholes. Like,
It's a big,
maybe they can't handle that.
big thing.
What if I told you I knew that they were coming? In ships? What if I said that a ship larger than the Great Pyramids was going to land right on top of this mountain in a matter of weeks, maybe days?
Then I would be curious to know why you've waited until this moment before saying so.
We came across a civilization with a level of technology similar to our own. They had been wiped out. They left behind a warning. Beware the destroyers. Coordinates that indicate where the final Goa'uld attack will be launched from.
And did all of you witness this warning?
No,
Oh,
sir,
yeah.
they didn't. Just me.
Daniel may have experienced an interdimensional transfer to an alternate
Sam.
reality.
Why did you have to say that?
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, you didn't really have to say that at all. It's just hard to believe for someone that's not been a part of this
Yeah.
stuff.
Dr. Jackson, I do not suffer fools gladly.
Nor do I, Senator, and I'm telling you, when we killed Ra 2 years ago, we set into motion a chain of events that will eventually lead to an all-out attack on Earth by the Goa'uld.
If this is so, why have they waited?
It just takes time to get here.
Yeah, they're pretty far away.
If you don't believe me, just let us
Yeah, just
dial in the coordinates and let us
Plenty
go there and
giant
find
telescope
out.
there.
How many ships,
Sure.
Dr. Jackson? Has anyone detected their approach?
They have camouflaging technology.
I am not crazy.
Nor am I, Dr. Jackson. Neither am I unused to 11th hour pleas, though never have I heard one so desperate. I say, let them come.
Wow.
What will move?
We have challenged Apophis. He will not rest until the people of this world worship him as their god.
There is only one God, sir. We are, after all, one nation under God.
And you think God is going to save us?
If the Goa'uld do come, then we will be able to tell them we have buried our gate in the ground forever and will never step through it again. If they challenge us, we shall prevail.
Two gates.
You're a fool. Now,
I will say
if you
a
will listen to me,
negotiation
I have business to attend to.
of saying you're a fool is never going to work.
Yeah.
I'm sorry it had to end like this.
Get out of here.
You got any
Colonel
pull of any
Hammond.
other senators? Any other?
I would like to request permission to return to the Stargate before it's permanently sealed.
Yeah, he doesn't
Fair.
want to die.
I think
Well,
I'm going with him.
Do what?
I mean, that's true. You could shop it to a
Cannot,
different
Colonel.
government, though.
I'm sorry, but you know that.
True.
You guys want to take up this program?
Perfectly clear.
But they
we're
definitely need to
unable
do what
convince the senator.
Daniel suggested him
Let's
go
cease
to that
operations effective
meeting
immediately.
place.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
there are still 2
You definitely got to
SG-1s
check that
available.
place out.
We'll keep the light on until they return, but that's all I'm authorized to do.
It's not like you guys haven't gone against authorization before.
With all due respect, sir.
He is an elected official of the government we are sworn to serve, and whether we agree or disagree, he's made his decision. Our commander-in-chief has given us our orders accordingly.
They didn't even talk about the technology to walk through walls. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's the end of the show. They shut the program down. The Goa'ulds never attack.
It was all for naught.
We had to run.
Interesting. I did not think we were at the end of that.
Well, they stopped the clips.
Yeah, I thought they were in line. Alright, that was a good recap episode.
Well, I only thought as next episode the attack starts.
Definitely has to be an attack next episode, for sure. Something big. I'm thinking it's going to be like they almost have the whole place packed up away. You know, everyone's kind of splitting off. Sam's going wherever she's going to go. Daniel wherever he's going to go. And then it's gonna...
I just don't know how they're going to defend it.
Well, I'm telling you, Teal'c's people, the other Jafas. The resistance Jafas. I think are going to save the day.
Maybe. That could be possible. But right now, we have they've brought back no technology to stop an invasion. If they shut down this already, we have no way of communicating with other people to help stop the invasion. So
now I'm thinking that they're going to end the final episode with the attack beginning, and not like begin the episode with that and to be continued.
Cliffhanger to the next season.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking now.
That's very possible as well.
I could see them sending my prediction. I could see Teal'c going back to his home world, and like the program going down, and then Teal'c somehow over there, like for some reason, being like, "We got to go back and save him," and he sets up a army to go back and save him. I could see that.
Yeah.
That's probably my only prediction at the moment.
They've got to reach out to other aliens, because we just don't have the technology here.
Yeah,
that's
we
the
definitely
only way
need
they
some
can
more
stop
allies, which we have, but all of our allies are non-violent aliens who don't want to partake in that war you got going on. I don't know. I really don't get how you could not see the Goa'uld as a threat in any way. Like,
they're definitely a threat.
Like, how could you not? I don't get the.
I don't see how you could shut down the program.
Fully.
We've already seen things.
Maybe reduce it to one team.
Yeah, sure.
We just need 2 teams.
Apparently, they're spending $1 billion on lights. Just change the lights to fluorescence or something.
I mean, I don't know. Definitely more uses they could have with this program. But yeah, that's my predictions for next episode.
Let's see where it goes.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
And we'll see you next time.
Oh.